Okay, so I have considered how I'm going to kind of give an update on my AMD NVDA video, and I have considered just going back to where I filmed the last video and continuing from then on. But that takes a lot of effort, and it's basically the exact same result to you, the end user. So I'm just going to, instead of using a whiteboard and me running back and forth from this side of the whiteboard to this side, I will just move my hand. I have the information that I was looking for in the moment. I actually already have it prepared. So I have struggled as to what new stocks I can do. But the biggest really are Apple and Tesla, but we can't really do that because they're in different sectors, obviously, right? So it will be somewhat difficult. Actually, very difficult to do that. For example, the PE industry standards are very different just across those two, so you can't compare them. Sorry about that. You can't. They're a completely different sector, so it just doesn't work. So yeah, we'll just get started. Move along. Okay, so I have added the everything here. So just a couple things that I want to say. So you will notice that trainer ratio is crossed out. Why did I do that? I really should not have included it in the last video because the trainer ratio is meant for stocks that are already in a diversified portfolio. Why does that matter? Because the trainer ratio is dependent on beta. It does not take into account sigma, standard deviation. So beta is market risk. Standard deviation is from specific risk. So if you're looking at a single stock, NVDA, the trainer ratio does not take into account the firm-specific risk because nowhere in the formula does it ask for standard deviation or sigma. So there's really no point. Now, if it were in a portfolio, then you could compare it, but there's really, it would be inappropriate to compare this with this. But we still do need beta to compute the capital asset pricing model. So I have my calculator right here. Well, first, I'd like to say that since I uploaded that video November 17, 2023, where I said this is not financial advice or investment advice, but NVIDIA is in a better position. And since then until today, NVIDIA is up 127.6%, AMD is down 21.5%. So do with that information what you will. So I've got the PEs here. Let's just copy that over here. So this is the NVIDIA column and this is the AMD column. So 95.29 And right away, this just is looking already bad for AMD. I think in the last video was like 1,000 or something crazy. So it has, sorry about that. It has improved. So sorry, had something go off. I might kick this stand thing that you're on, so sorry in advance. The cash and cash equivalents I'll use for the quick ratio and cash ratio. You'll notice that it looks sloppy, but on the balance sheets, they are listed as one item, so that's why it's written on both. And another thing, on the AMD balance sheet, marketable securities is written as short-term investments, I think. Other than that, it's the same. So let's just start off the capital asset pricing model. So we've got RI equals RF plus beta. It's crazy how I can do this from just memory. I could do some of these from memory. RF would be 4.3. So the only thing we're going to change here is beta in between the two. Plus we've got 1.96 times 11.7 minus 4.3, which is 7.4, which is just plus 4.3, so 18.80. 18.80 for NVDA. And now let's just do 7.4 times 1.88. 7.4 times 1.88 plus 4.3. Okay, why am I messing that up? I think I'm not putting the decimal. .3. There we go. 1821. Can't write. Okay, so NVIDIA barely beats that. I hope you can understand my handwriting. Okay, so sorry, so this is for NVIDIA, and then this is for AMD, right? So that's it. I hope I don't go into another page, which I think I'm going to have to go to another page. Oh well. Okay, so current. Let's just do the current ratio. That one's the easiest, which is CA. Yeah, I need to go over to. So the current ratio, CA over CL, which for NVIDIA, just use my calculator. We have 81, can you see that? Yeah. 8126 divided by 18047. Wow. That is killer. Okay. And now for AMD, we've got 19094 divided by 7280. 2.6, not bad. Why could this be? Could it be that we don't want to take out debt because interest rates are high? Who knows? Maybe they don't need to take out debt because they have strong cash flow. So, let's see. Okay, let's do I don't know, cash. So we've got cash equivalents over current liabilities. So cash would be cash plus cash equivalents over current liabilities. So let's use cash and cash equivalents, which is 8589 divided by 18047. 0.4759. I'll just round to 0.48. And then AMD has 3787 divided by 7280.52. Wow, AMD is kind of impressing me. It's not doing so bad. I mean, NVIDIA's still winning this, but AMD's doing a lot better. I mean, last time it was clear which one was in a better position. Now, you know. Okay, so so quick ratio. Let's do, doesn't it include, let me double check, the quick ratio includes the marketable securities. I'm pretty sure it does. It does. All right. So cash equivalents, marketable securities, and accounts receivable. So let's do quick cash plus cash equivalents plus MKT securities plus accounts receivable, all that over current liabilities. So we've got, let's see here. So let's first do marketable securities is 34,621. Let's do accounts receivable, 23,065. Let's do cash and cash equivalents plus 8589. And we're gonna divide this by 18047. So 3.67. This is the quick. What is the quick ratio? Does anybody know? Did I explain it in the last one? Quick ratio is what you can quickly get together to pay off your current liabilities. So you can quickly get together marketable securities. All you need to do is sell them. You have cash and cash equivalents and accounts receivable. Just collect that and pay off your current liabilities. So cash is what you can get together very quickly, as quickly as possible, and then the quick ratio is a little more lenient. So that's why it would be higher normally, unless you have zero marketable securities and accounts receivable, which never happens or almost never happens. So now we just need the quick for AMD, which is 3787 plus accounts receivable 6192. Nope. Let's start over. 3787 plus 6192 plus marketable securities 1345, and then we divide by current liabilities 7281. 1.55 or 1.56 because we're gonna round. And current liabilities is total. What can you sell to pay off your debt? How many times can you pay off your current liabilities? These are your current assets. You can pay it off 4.44 times. And all that's left is the Sharp. Wow, this is going much faster than the last video. All right, Sharp. We've got the expected return minus risk-free rate over sigma. Let me double check if that's right. Yeah, the return minus risk-free rate. So we've got the expected return, which we got from CAPM, minus the risk-free rate over sigma. So we have 18.8 minus, this is the 10-year treasury, 4.3. The RM is what the S&P has returned over the last long time on average. Equals that, and then we're going to divide by the standard deviation. This is the closing price of the last 252 days, the last year of open days, something like that. What number is that? 200? It's 200 and something days, divided by 16.93. So it's 80.86, all right? And 0.86. And here we've got 1821 minus the risk-free rate, 4.3. Sigma is 2318.6. Okay, and we're done. Now we just gotta tally who won, right? So CAPM won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, NVIDIA got 5 check marks. AMD only got the cash ratio. So 1. I guess we could add Jensen's alpha and find realized return over what we expected it to be, right? And NVIDIA would win that, clearly, right? So yeah, NVIDIA is still in a substantially better position. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I know this is a much more efficient way of doing things. So yeah, hope you had fun. I know I probably wasn't as entertaining, but yeah, the last video I was very hyped up and very excited, I guess. So yeah, I think this is a better way of doing things. Okay, thanks.